Hey everyone, just wanted to jump on real fast and save me the hassle of having to edit together a video and I guess give you the advantage of doing a little Facebook Live going over the severe thunderstorm warning that is currently in effect for parts of southwestern Newfoundland. And as I flip over the camera here, we are looking at a severe thunderstorm warning right now for Burgeo-Ramea, Channel Port aux Basques, and the Bay St. George area. And if we investigate the warning a little bit, the text from Environment Canada, which is where this comes from, is suggesting that areas inside the severe thunderstorm will see maximum rainfall rates of 25 millimeters per hour or more, wind gusts locally 90 kilometers per hour or higher, and the location of this is the southwest coast of Newfoundland and the Burgeo Highway, and the time span is late this morning into the early afternoon hours, and we are now getting into the afternoon hours, but we are still kind of looking at this cluster of thunderstorms across southwestern areas of Newfoundland. As we look at the radar imagery here, you can see kind of the tail end of the storm there just showing up on the radar around the Port aux Basques area, up through the Cadre Valley, not too far from the Wreck House area. And this is the area right now that is likely seeing some very heavy rainfall, some of the gusty winds, and potentially even some small hail is not out of the question as well to be seeing in this area, as there are some fairly bright returns showing up across southwestern areas of Newfoundland. Now, as we know, the radar on Marble Mountain is currently down for an extended period of time. A new radar is being installed there, but because of the location and the potential for weather in the fall and the winter, only some of the construction is being done this summer, and the rest of it is going to be done next summer. So the radar on Marble is going to be down actually through this winter, which I know is something a lot of folks don't want to know about, or don't want to hear, rather. And I will be having something on my Facebook or NTV discussing the radar outage shortly. But anyway, a radar is just one tool in a meteorologist's toolbox to help discover and decipher what the weather is doing. So if you're just looking at the radar, you're looking at this right here. So you say, okay, this is where the thunderstorm is. But what you're looking at here is the sharp cutoff. That's where the radar can't see. The radar can't see past this kind of line, generally right about there. So as we look at the satellite picture, what you can see here is a little bit of a different story. So this is a picture of Newfoundland on the satellite. You can see the base map there in blue. We've got some clouds, some showers over the Avalon, still wreaking havoc and ruining my forecast. A few breaks of sun across the interior, where you can see the kind of the map there, which is bluish. But look at this cluster here, this yellow cluster. This indicates some high cloud top, and this also indicates that we are likely seeing the thunderstorm activity right now from just north of Burgeo across interior portions of Newfoundland. And this is the Corner Brook area right here, just maybe even just south of Corner Brook and over the Port-au-Port Peninsula region. And as I set this into motion, you can actually see all these pluses. All those pluses are lightning strikes. So lots of lightning in this cluster as well. Most of it is north of the south coast, around and just east of the Bay St. George area, and some lightning showing up now just between Corner Brook and Stephenville Crossing and the Bay St. George area in here. But the bulk of it is around the Wreck House area, Cadre Valley, Port aux Basques, and just north, and it is heading off toward the northeast, generally this way, toward the interior portion of Newfoundland. So Buckens, Millertown, you may get some of this as well. What you're seeing up here, and I'll stop this, this is actually what you'd call a blow-off cloud. So what happens is the thunderstorm clouds are really tall, and they go up really high in the atmosphere, and then you get some of the wind that's high up to start to push the tops of those clouds over. That's called blow-off, and what you're seeing here is blow-off cloud over the Corner Brook area, almost into the Rocky Harbor area, kind of working its way again off toward the northeast. So the question is, where is this thunderstorm cluster, which is currently from near Bay St. George across southwestern Newfoundland and just north of the south coast, even along the Burgeo Highway, likely seeing some heavy rainfall right now. Where is that going to be headed? And as we take a look at Futurecast here, this should give us a relatively decent indication of where it should head. Now, this is the cluster it's showing, a little bit kind of behind the 8 ball here, as it's actually kind of in there. But the general movement of this should be off toward the northeast, And as we get into this afternoon, we're going to see the potential for some storms around the Bay Verte Peninsula, around the Grand Falls, Windsor area, and then pushing out along the northeast coast by the early morning hours of our Thursday. That is 1:30 a.m. So again, the general movement of this is going to be kind of that way toward the central and northeastern parts of Newfoundland. The question is, is it going to hold together? And what is the overall risk of storms like for the rest of the island? And it looks like the risk of storms today kind of looks like this. Not the Avalon, not the Burin Peninsula, not Clarenville, not the Bonavista Peninsula, but a good chunk of the Terra Nova National Park area, northeastern Newfoundland, back along the south coast, southwest coast, Port au Port Peninsula, Corner Brook area, and getting up through parts of Gros Morne, just south of Parsons Pond. So that's what we're looking at so far as the storm threat through the afternoon. If you're just joining me and you missed a lot of what I said, the video will be posted and you'll be able to rewatch it as soon as I end it here in just a bit. So let's see if I can scroll through any questions and see if anybody has any questions I can answer real fast. Lynn Marie Victoria Child says, rumbling now in Corner Brook. Yep, you're definitely hearing some of that thunder. And remember, thunder is a direct result of lightning. So when there's thunder, there's lightning. And when thunder roars, go indoors. Let's see, any questions? Not a whole lot, just lots of folks watching, which is always great. Always nice to see people watching. Gail, so we're lucky to have you, Eddie. Thanks for your dedication to your weather reporting. Gail, thank you very much. I don't know if I can, I can like that. There we go. Well, this is kind of neat. Sunny and nice here in Terra Nova, says Jace Hyde. So basically, I did go over everything. So again, if you want to see what I was talking about, I'm going to finish the video here. You can go back and watch it. But basically, if you're along the southwest coast, you're going to be seeing some storms now. They're going to work through central and possibly across northeastern Newfoundland over the next several hours. And I'll be watching the radar and the satellite closely as we go into the afternoon. And we also are going to be talking about on the news this evening, shifting gears, is the remnant moisture from Ida, which is going to move over the area on Friday. Looks like heavy rain on the way for Friday and some showers into Saturday. And then Tropical Storm Larry, which is something we're going to want to pay attention to. Too early to talk about where Larry may go in detail, but we're going to want to watch Larry. And speaking of Larry, is there like a less threatening hurricane name that there's ever been? Is Larry. Hurricane Larry. I don't know. Don't know what else to say about that. Anyway, we'll talk about it all coming up tonight on the News Hour between 6 and 7, and I'll see you on the first edition at 5:30. All right, folks, have a great afternoon, and we'll talk soon.